On June 1st, history didn't whisper, it screamed. Ukraine pulled one of the most audacious airbase strikes in modern military history. Not with missiles, not with stealth jets, but with 117 drones. It wasn't just an attack, it was a message. A game changer in modern warfare, Ukraine used dozens of low-cost drones and delivered a stinging blow to Vladimir Putin's war plans. And what Ukraine targeted wasn't just military machinery, it was Russia's pride. Tu-95S, Tu-160S, Tu-22S, nuclear-capable giants blown up in their own air bases. According to Kyiv, over 40 strategic aircraft were hit in one coordinated attack. The cost? A few $100,000. The damage? Over $7 billion. Billions of dollars and decades of deterrence went up in flames at 5 Russian air bases. But that's not the most shocking part. The real question is, why were these high-value aircraft parked like sitting ducks, completely exposed? Legacy planes, decades old, impossible to replace, and yet no bunkers, no concrete hangars, just open-air tarmac. Why? To understand that, we rewind to 2010, to a handshake in Prague, a time when Russia and the United States weren't allies but were still trying to avoid catastrophe. That year, both countries signed the New START Treaty, an arms control agreement designed to limit the world's most dangerous weapons. It didn't just restrict how many nuclear warheads and bombers each side could keep, it demanded they be seen by the other side, for the sake of transparency and trust. But transparency came with a price. Both sides had to allow surveillance, real visible satellite-friendly surveillance. That meant bombers by default had to be visible. No covers, no hiding. Tu-95S and Tu-160S parked right where satellites could see them, and now where drones could find them. Under the treaty, Russia couldn't block satellite views. They couldn't mask the planes. They couldn't even move them without notifying the other side. Inspections were required, photos were mandated. The idea was stability. The result? Predictability. And predictability in warfare is suicide. Cut to 2023. American support for Ukraine caused Putin to suspend Russia's participation in New START. The treaty will expire on February 5, 2026. That gave Ukraine plenty of time to plan and go for the kill. They watched, they waited, then they struck. It wasn't just a drone strike. It was a tactical chess move. Ukraine didn't need stealth tech or billion-dollar jets. All they needed were drones, duct tape, and opportunity. And the treaty gave them just that. Ukraine used a treaty signed to prevent nuclear conflict to cripple the very weapons that enforce it. No radar alerts, no jets scrambled. Just cheap drones and perfect coordinates. Because the bomb bays were always right where they were supposed to be, out in the open. The result? The pride of Russia's long-range fleet turned to ash. No cockpit alarms, no scrambling interceptors. Just an eerie, explosive silence. Military experts are calling it the Pearl Harbor moment of drone warfare. Because what happened on the 1st of June wasn't just a loss for Russia. It exposed a massive flaw in modern nuclear strategy. Here's the scary part. US follows the same practice. Their B-52S and B-2S are also parked outside. Easily spotted, easily targeted. A small DIY drone taking out legacy bombers that cost hundreds of millions. Do the math. This isn't just a tactical victory, it is a strategic nightmare for superpowers. Ukraine's operation wasn't just about destruction, it was about disruption. The world's military balance has shifted, not with a nuke, but with a nudge. This wasn't just a successful strike. It was a revelation that old doctrines are cracking, that the world's most guarded arsenals can be breached with garage-built tech, that a treaty written to prevent nuclear war accidentally made nuclear bombers more vulnerable than ever before, and that in modern warfare, visibility isn't a confidence move, it is a fatal one. While Russia counts its losses, the bigger question hangs heavy in the air. If nuclear bombers can be wiped out with plastic drones and remote controls, what else can be? This wasn't just a strike. It was a warning shot to the entire world.